All right, today we are here with one of our superstar clients, Christopher, who is joining us today to share his amazing transformational journey. And we're here with head coach Chiara as well, joining us. And we want to get you on because you had such an incredible journey with your transformation on your fitness and your health goals. And maybe just as a start, so people can get to know you, just a little bit about you, where you're from, what your age is, and also what was your plant-based story? How did you get into that in the first place?
Okay, originally I'm from Florida, United States, but I moved to Finland 2 years ago, primarily for work, but also just for new life experiences. I do medical engineering, so lots of work at the desk and in labs and things like that. And I'm also a student, so lots of studying and reading on top of that. I'm 44 years old, and I started getting interested in the vegan and health lifestyle about 10 years ago. And over my life, I've had ups and downs where I've been in really good shape, and then also just gotten sidetracked and everything. And I think that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with moving and all that, and all those life changes, how I kind of got distracted and off of my track. And that's when I came across you guys. So
Right on. 10 years vegan already.
Yes, it wasn't cold turkey overnight. I started dabbling in it, doing vegetarian and things like that, and going off and on. But that's when I really started trying to be aware and conscious of veganism, and that's when I began my journey. Yeah, so
Amazing. When was it that you realized that your weight and your shape is a problem that you want to work on?
It was probably about a year ago. Like I knew that I was getting out of shape. I knew I didn't like the way I felt and the way I was looking when I saw myself in the mirror. But I was just, at the time I was letting work, really get me down as far as stress and trying to prove myself in my new job and meet deadlines and things like that. And it was just last December when I started the program, was at a point where I was like, there's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be that next deadline. There's always going to be something. And I was like, I don't want to make any more excuses. Like I know where I've been in my past, and I know I can get there again. But I was just kind of in this vicious cycle that I couldn't get out of. And I'd been following you online for a while, and you've always been very inspirational and motivating for me. And I was like, I just need to do it. I mean, it was a bad time because I did have all these end of the year deadlines coming up. But I was like, I just need to jump in and get started. And it was a bumpy start, definitely. I didn't hit my goals immediately the first, at the beginning, and especially traveling a lot for work as well. But I'm developing the good habits. I feel better now when I go for a work trip or something like that, or when I was on vacation the last 2 weeks. I actually hit 4 or 5 week workouts every week while I was on vacation.
Amazing.
Which to me is a win.
That is a huge win.
Yeah. And it's just with you guys, your support and things like that.
Love that.
Yeah.
Did you have like a moment specifically where you realized, hey, I need to change?
Yeah, I think it was like towards the end of the year where I felt like no matter what I did, I was always tired. Even if I felt like I was sleeping at night, I could never get enough sleep. I still waking up tired. A lot of it was stress. But then too, feeling like I'm working hard, so I need to be, having fun hard. And, both of those are energy draining. And I was like, this is not where I want to be. And I don't want to be tired. I'm way too young to be feeling like getting out of bed is a challenge. And I know a lot of it was psychological and stress related, but it's all so connected.
So with that, all this in mind, what were the things you were trying to fix?
The primary goal was just feeling better, like having the energy and just feeling good about myself, being able to wake up and be excited about the day and not being like, oh, it's another long day. I just want to pull my head under the covers and just sleep 1 more hour so I can, put it off. That was when I really was like, I want to change. And everything else, being in shape, the strength and, looking good, all that comes with it also.
And were you successful in being able to change this for you?
Yeah, so I'm not at my 100% goal yet, but I mean, I've made so much progress in the few months that I've been in the program. And I think my primary goal of just having a better mindset and building better habits and just feeling more confident about things, that I see a huge change. And I know like every week I'm doing better than what I did the last week, you know, like either it's lifting heavier or doing more reps or, you know, hitting all my goals for the week. I see improvements, and I feel better too. So in that respect, yes, I've already seen the changes that I was hoping for.
So also your energy is...
Yeah, absolutely.
How much would you say has improved so far?
Oh, it's like night and day, like completely different. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's really great. How did you hear about us? You said you find us on Instagram?
Yeah, it was one of the social media outlets. I'm not exactly sure which one it was, but yeah, it was maybe during the pandemic, you know, when we were all locked in, and the only way to socialize was through social media. And I started seeing some of your posts, and I was like, oh, I really like what this guy's saying, what he stands for, and you know, your messages, and it was, like I said, always motivational and inspirational. So I followed it for like a year or two, and then there was once or twice, you know, we would like chat and stuff, and I'd be interested in it, and I was just like not in the mind place for it yet, unfortunately. I wish I had started earlier, but...
Yeah, we get this a lot.
Yeah, we get this a lot.
And that's why when I told myself in December, I was like, don't put it off again. You just need to go for it. Like, there's always going to be that excuse. There's always going to be something that comes up. Just dive right into it. Even if you think it's not the best time, just get started.
So the first step for you was actually jumping on the call, right? The call to get you started. How did you find that call actually after you've...
It was honestly, it was pretty more challenging than I thought. There was a lot of very deep questions, you know, about what was going on with my life and why I just was making or felt ready to make that change, and what was different in my life, like exactly why hadn't I done it sooner, why at this moment. And I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be much, oh, yeah, sure, you want to join, come in. But no, it was much more getting to know me, and it was much more personal, honestly, than I was expecting.
Okay, and that was a good thing.
Yes, it was very good, yes.
It made you feel, okay, maybe this is the opportunity to...
Yeah, I'm like, wow, if they're already like, you know, getting to me this you know, quickly, you know, making me think about, you know, my habits and what's going on in my mind, like, maybe this is what I need. You know, maybe it is what I'm hoping it will be.
Yeah, it is amazing. These calls themselves, they're very transformational already, making you realize why this is important to you, what are the actual challenges you're going through, how long has this been the case, and all that. So really thank you for sharing as well with us. I know it's not easy sometimes to talk about it. So after the call, after you decided to join, were you like still skeptical if this is going to work for you or not?
I guess some of the things, looking back now, when I first started, like, it's definitely, I mean, it is online coaching, and of course, you know, it's up to us students. Like, we're responsible for our progress because we're the ones that have to get us to the gym. We're the ones that need to be following the meal plans that you guys, schedule and prepare for us and create for us. But I guess I was thinking that it was going to be me just all on my own doing it, and I didn't realize like how much support I would be getting, or I could get, if I just reached out to like my coaches and you guys. And I think the first couple of weeks, like, I wasn't very involved. I wasn't checking in. I was trying to do what I could and just mark it off. And then I started, just checking in with my coach more, and then just even in my apps, like making comments about my workouts and stuff, and then getting feedback on them, being like, oh, they're actually paying attention, and then...
What a concept.
Yeah. No, I think I was putting way more pressure on myself to do it alone. And then I started joining more calls. You know, that's been a goal of mine in the past couple of weeks. And I realized there's so much more support there than I was expecting there to be. And I think that's great, yeah.
There's a question we get sometimes, people asking, having a personal trainer versus online coach. Mm-hmm. So would you say having an online coach, you have more support than with the PT?
I would say so, because I've had PTs, like, physical life, real in life PTs before, and you get them for that hour and you're in the gym, but I've never had one where I could, send them an email or a text message, off of hours or something like that and get feedback. Whereas with the online training, there's always open communication with trainers, not just my trainer, but all the other trainers. Everyone participates in calls, and then I'm starting to meet other students as well, and I think, surprisingly, I don't think that's what I would have thought originally, or what's maybe intuitive, but I feel like you probably do get more support online, at least in your program.
Yes, yeah, we really want you guys to feel over-supported when it comes to achieving your goals, and we're also very proactive in how we approach our clients, not just waiting for you to come to us, but also like, hey, like, what happened there, or like, how are you doing? Right? When did you realize that the program works, like on the timeline?
I don't know. I don't think it was like a magical moment or an epiphany where I was just like, oh, it's working. I think it's been much more gradual. And like I said, I'm still in my journey, but it just seems like every week I just feel more confident in myself and in the program. And so I would say it's been a gradual process, and it's continuing.
Slow start, but steady.
Yeah, yes, and have momentum going, and I feel like it's still going. I don't feel like I've reached it and it's over. I don't feel like it was that magic moment where it just all clicked. I feel like it's a process. And
that's amazing. And did you have to starve yourself in order to get goals?
No, it's the opposite. Like most days, especially in the beginning, I was like surprised how I was trying to like almost force feed myself. Like I thought I was like overeating so much, and then looking at the meal plan, being like, "What do you mean? I need another meal? Like, how is that possible?" But then I did also realize that the meals I was eating were much lower in protein than I had been assuming. So that was probably a major learning point for me.
So you've been following Fritz for like 1 year?
At least, about that, maybe longer.
What were your expectations of the program coming in?
I was hopeful, and I had been following him and watching some of your video programs, like your YouTube channel and your podcast, and seeing you in interviews. So I had a lot of confidence in you, and so I think I had high expectations, and so far they're being met. Yeah, to say it's you seem real, like, and what you're putting out there seems to be who you really are and what the program really is.
What I'm trying to do is just be real. I think nowadays online there's a lot of talk, and I'm all about like walking the talk and like putting in the work, and me and the team, everybody and the clients, like I think we're all in the same mindset of, hey, we are like vegan, we want to like make an impact, and so we walk the talk, like we eat plant-based. A lot of people out there say, I want to get in shape, but they don't do anything. But you guys are already plant-based, so that's why I love working with you guys, because you already have some type of commitment to a cause and to a value, and it's not easy to be plant-based, right? Like it's a lot of things you're cutting out. So that's why I love working with people like you.
And same from my end. There's lots of other trainers. I think one of the questions earlier were about trainers, and there's lots of them out there, but when you tell them, oh, you're vegan, and you start talking about nutrition, it's like they shut down. It's like they don't know how to respond. They're like, what do I do with you now? So I mean, it's really good to have people who are knowledgeable and qualified, not just in the workout routines, but in the nutrition as well, and then all the value belief that goes along with that. I mean, it's I would say still pretty rare. So
yes, it is. It is. A lot of personal trainers, when they're asked about putting together a vegan meal, it's just like, maybe try lentils. Or maybe try some beans. And as we know, that's not the solution, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Curious about your life. So you mentioned you have a very busy job. You travel a lot as well. Yes. Have you found that with the coaching and with your coach, it's been easier to navigate that?
With the coach, it has been easier, before, like, I would just kind of be lost, just traveling for a few days and then not knowing where to even begin to start. And working with my coach, I'll like tell him, okay, these are my travel dates. I know this day, getting to the airport, flying, etc., checking in, so that's probably going to be my rest day, But then we know that, okay, well, then you have to use the hotel gym these other days, which was kind of a new concept to me. Like I don't think before I'd ever used a hotel gym really before. And now that's one of the first things I do when I check in and drop off my bags in my room. I go check out the gym, see what exercises I can do, and see how that fits into the plan for the week, and then to just planning meals also too when you're traveling, feeling more prepared and confident about busy lifestyle. So
yeah, it's not easy to do that, but once you master that, like living a non-travel based lifestyle, then it becomes even easier.
Yeah,
staying on track.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. One day.
One day. So going back to the beginning, what was like the goal you came into the program with?
Well, I would say, I think I mentioned it before, my primary goal was just feeling better about myself, and primarily just the energy, just dealing with my stress and just feeling like I have energy and not just being like so run down and just feeling out of shape and then stressed out with work. And so I would say that's my primary goal. And of course, like everybody else, like I wanted to get stronger again. I wanted to lose the extra body fat that I've put on and build back my muscles. Like I think everybody wants that. But I think I was feeling just so low energy at that point that was what it really drove me to, like, you have to do something. And getting into my 40s now, it's like you can't take your health for granted, and I know that if I put a little bit of effort into it, I can have lots of healthy fun years left. And I don't want to be this and the energy that the low energy that I was feeling, I'm like, I don't want this to be the start of like my health decline. I don't want this to be signs that there's other more serious health problems that are starting to develop that I'm not even conscious about.
That's an important focus for health. Did you have like any like health issues in the past, or like things that you thought would come up?
I've been very fortunate. I've been very healthy. I haven't dealt with any major illnesses my whole life. I think I just kind of took that for granted, and I just, had the realization you can't take that for granted. And, and I don't want to be living the rest of my life too, just being like, low energy every day, or just being like waking up and just thinking about all the stressful things I have to do for the day. I want to wake up and feel good and be like, oh, I had a great night's sleep because I worked out. I had a great workout yesterday, so that made me sleep really, really good. Now I'm waking up feeling like refreshed and regenerated, ready for the new day. And yeah, like I said, I still haven't hit like all of my weight goals and my percentage body fat goals, but every week I see improvements from the week before, and I feel better and more confident every week. So
that's awesome. Can you remember a time when you were feeling this well before? Like at what age?
Right before I moved, or right about the time I moved, which was about 2 years ago. I was in pretty good shape, I would say. And then probably when I was the best shape in my life was probably about 10 years ago. So, and like I said, it's been kind of a up and down since then. But I'm confident that I can get back there. So that's my ultimate goal.
I mean, it's a lot of work, to do it also while you're traveling, but do you feel confident this is a sustainable way for you to actually get back to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's just about being a little more prepared and, just forming habits, better habits. Because, when I get off my routine, like momentum is I'm very susceptible to momentum. Like when I'm doing really good, I do good. But then when I get off of it, like it's also a lot of momentum in the wrong direction. And but I feel like this is instilling habits and new mindsets that are not going to change, that it is sustainable, to answer your question. Absolutely.
That's amazing. And you actually, it's very interesting because you've been on the fence whether to join or not for
Yes.
about a year.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
What would
That's
you
it.
say to people that are in a similar situation as
Just
you?
do it. Don't wait. It's yeah. Life's too short to wait. Even if it doesn't seem like a good time, make the call. Get started. Start making those good habits, those changes, and there's really no reason to wait.
You would have told your old self.
I would have told myself, yeah, to start earlier. Absolutely.
What do you think are the requirements for the average person to be able to be successful in a program like this?
Just have to be accountable for yourself. I mean, like I said, you do get a lot of support from the program and the team, the coaches, but to be successful, you are responsible. It comes down to you.
How are people reacting around you towards your journey and your decision to get in better shape again?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, even though I'm not like at my ultimate goals, like I was home just last week on vacation, seeing some friends and family, and almost everyone commented, whether it was, "Oh, you look bigger," looks like you've been working out, or "Oh, you seem much more relaxed," or like it was amazing. I was definitely getting compliments. It was showing. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So happy.
Yeah.
That's a really good feeling. Do you find now you feel more of a better representation of the plant-based lifestyle versus before?
Yeah, definitely. Like none of my family is plant-based, and they're all very surprised when they see the improvements that I'm making in my life, and they know that I am plant-based.
Amazing. That's great. And last question, like now with the better energy, better routines, how have you found this impact other areas of your life, if at all, like your work, your relationships, maybe, or in general like your well-being on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely creeps into all areas of your life. I mean, like I said, when you're feeling better, feeling more energy, thinking clearer, and a better mindset, that affects just the way you interact with people, I think, and whether it's at work or social. Yeah, it definitely affects in a positive way. I think it's hard not to let it do that. And I think that's the point, is you want it, it's a lifestyle, right? You want it to affect your entire life.
Exactly.
All areas.
You want it to be a lifestyle. So who's this program for, and maybe who isn't the program for?
I've had trainers in the past, so I'm not completely new to the gym, and I'm not completely new to nutrition and things like that. But it's been very helpful to me. So I think even for experienced people who just need that extra support, I think the program's good for them. But I could also see this also being beneficial for people who are new to it, because you get, for the workouts, you have great videos where they can watch and see how to do it. And like I said, there's lots of support from the trainers if there's any questions about the routine, or if it needs to be modified, if it's not working out, things like that. So I think it's appropriate for any skill level. And the only people that I think maybe wouldn't be appropriate for are people who just aren't serious about it. And I think maybe that's why it goes back to that first call, is exploring, why are you doing this? Because if you don't know why you're doing it, then it might not be worth it to you. And I could see people like that not continuing and being successful.
I love that. It's so powerful. It's true. You need to be serious about getting the work done. Just last question, because you just mentioned it, and you're traveling a lot. How have you found working with the systems, like with the app and with the coaching calls with your coach and the messaging? We sometimes get the question like, hey, how does this actually work? How does it look like? So how have you found working with the system while especially you are traveling on the go a lot?
It's working for me, and I do travel a lot. I guess that would be another benefit to having just a more traditional trainer who's usually in one location. And so for someone like me traveling, I would only get to see them once a month maybe, or something like that. Whereas this is great if I go to another city, like I think I mentioned, for example, I can check into a hotel and then tell my trainer, hey, this is what I have to work with in the next couple of days. What are we going, what should I do, or what do you recommend, or things like that. So, and then there's always the community too. A lot of times some of us, as clients, will say, hey, I'm traveling to the city. Isn't anyone experienced or place, a healthy place to go, that fits into our meal plans or something like that. So that's great support that I didn't have before going to new cities and things like that.
True, yeah. That people even meet up in person sometimes, right? When they're in the same city.
Best clients.
Yeah,
we do. For sure. So again, shout out to you. You're putting in the work.
And to you guys too. Thank you.
Thank you.
For sure. We're here to support you, and you're the one putting in the work. So props to you. And excited to see what's next for you. We're still working together for at least another 10 months.
Yeah, at least, yeah. So I'm excited about it. Yeah.
So more goals to be achieved. And if you enjoyed this and you also want to be part of the program or you're curious about it, you can click the link below this video and book yourself a free consultation call with me or one of my team members. Really talk about where you currently stand, where you want to go, why you want to do this, right? And then see how we can help you on that journey. And yeah, thanks for watching. Chris, keep crushing it.
Thank you.
Both. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.